My dear brothers and sisters in Christ Jesus, we are in a very busy world. We are busy with our work and our own priorities. Even late nights, we are busy with our own personal works. Even we get very little time to be with family. Even sometimes when we are sitting down together for a meal, we are busy. Physically, we are present, but mentally, we are not there. Even now, today, we are in this church. And as we are in the church, we have come here to praise and thank God, to participate in this Eucharistic celebration. However, there may be so many thoughts running through our minds. So, all the way when we look at our life, all of us are busy. Now we need to ask, why are we so busy? Sometimes even we fail to call our parents. Sometimes we fail to interact with our own brothers and sisters because we are busy with our own priorities and our own matters. Therefore, the Lord is calling us today to give importance to Him. Now, when Jesus says, Mary has chosen the better part, she chose to be with Jesus. She was just sitting down near His feet and listening to Him. And for that moment, that was the best thing to be done, to be with the Lord and listen to Him. At the same time, when Martha is complaining about her own sister, Jesus is not trying to put down Martha. We need to understand the situation. Jesus and the 12 disciples are at home. They need to be given good food. And we saw in the first reading how Abraham was busy. 3 men comes and Abraham did not know who they were. They need to be served, they need to be given food because it was in the desert, and if they were not given food and water, they may die on the way. So as per the custom, Abraham prepares the best food possible for them, and they were happy, and they blessed Abraham and said, next time when we come back, your wife Sarah will conceive a son. You will have a son. That was the blessing given to Abraham for his serving. So my dear brothers and sisters, when Martha was told that you are busy and distracted, surely Jesus wanted even Martha to be with Him, not to be distracted, not to be worried about many other things. Rather, give first priority to Jesus Himself. Be with Him, listen to Him. That is why Jesus chose 12 disciples primarily to be with Him. It's only when disciples are with Jesus, they will know about His mission. They will know about Him. And then only they will be charged or they will be prompted to go for the mission work. And so they should know who Jesus is and what Jesus wants them to do. Therefore, He chose His 12 disciples to be with Him. to have a very special union. He called them to an intimate relationship. Here in the gospel, we see Jesus is calling Martha, Martha 2 times. So that is according to the Hebrew tradition. It is a call of intimacy. When we look at the call of Abraham, God called him 2 times, Abraham, Abraham. And when we look at the call of Jacob, Jacob also was called 2 times. Moses was called from the bush. Moses called Moses. And again, Simon Peter, he was called 2 times. And when look at St. Paul, he called, Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? So God had a special call for them, special intimacy towards these people. That is why 2 times Martha's name is called. And today Jesus is calling all of us with our name 2 times. Have a special and intimate relationship with Him, to be with Him and to listen to Him. So Jesus wants to be a guest at our home, at our family, and especially in our heart, in our soul. Jesus wants to be a permanent guest to be in our soul. So it's our duty and our responsibility to listen to Him and then give the best honor possible. The best honor is to be away from our distractions and give priority to Jesus at this time or for this particular juncture. St. Francis, in his life, he was struggling to choose a life between contemplation and activity. In that particular time, in the 12th century, there were Augustinian monks who were living totally a secluded life in a monastery. They were not relating themselves with other people, rather they were just living in the monastery, meditating and praying. And there were also other mendicant preachers. Dominicans were there. They were just going all around and preaching and converting people. That was their mission. So these 2 missionary activities were there, and St. Francis had to choose between these both activities. And so he sends a word to St. Clare and Brother Sylvester. These were very holy people who spent a lot of time in prayer and meditation. And both of them gave St. Francis one answer. The answer was to choose a life of contemplation in action. Contemplation in action. So St. Francis gives a new way of life, to be active in the world and also to be contemplative in life. Therefore, St. Francis calls all his brothers, all those who wanted to follow him, at least to spend 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening for prayer. And without this prayer, we can't live our religious life, in the Franciscan order. And very often, we have a canonical visitation, just like the pastoral visit of the bishop. Our provincials would come. And first thing they inquire is, do you have this particular hour of prayer in the morning and in the evening as a community? Are you setting an example for rest of the world, for the rest of the Christians who live around us? So my dear brothers and sisters, so we need to set our priority, that is Jesus. Very often when we look at our life, we are so busy. We need to thank the world of internet. However, this keeps us too busy. Even we fail to look into our life. We fail to look into our own priorities, because we give first priority to the world of internet and the world of far relations. Therefore, we fail to talk even to our own kith and kin at family. So, my dear brothers and sisters, let us not be so busy with our own self. Rather, as Jesus was busy, even when he was busy, he was retiring himself to be alone. He went to mountains to pray. He left his disciples and went to lonely places to pray. Even before taking important decisions in his life, Jesus spent time alone with his Father to know his will and to do that. Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, we need to be more prayerful. We need to give time to be with the Lord, and then God will fill us with his grace. God will give us the grace to do what we have to do in our day-to-day life. There was a small little boy who came late for his football match, and the coach was so angry because Bobby was a very important key player in the match and he was late. And so Bobby was asked, "Why are you late?" And Bobby said, "I had to toss the coin." And the coach asked, "Why did you toss the coin?" "I had to decide between church and my football match." And so coach said, "You could have tossed the coin and decided immediately." And the boy says, "I tossed the coin 35 times and then only I came for this football match." So Bobby had a priority in his mind, and 34 times it was falling for the church and Sunday Mass. However, he opted for the 35th times tossing the coin, and he chose for going for the football match. So very often our life also is like this. We set priorities for our life. We set a priority for the people whom we want to talk to. Sometimes it may not be our life partner. Sometimes it may not be even our own father and mother who are in old age. So my dear brothers and sisters, today God is asking us to look into our priorities and give first place to Jesus. And when we spend time with Jesus, that is going to be the most beautiful time that we have ever spent. That is with God. And very often a phrase is used, "alone with none." That is, alone with God. Be still and know that I am God. So my dear brothers and sisters, let us give time to Jesus. Let us set Jesus as our first priority. Let us be with him. And as we are participating in this Eucharistic celebration, let us welcome him as Zacchaeus welcomed Jesus. As Zacchaeus welcomed Jesus, what happened to him? He was changed. He became a new person. He forgot all his past life and he started living a new life. And Jesus blessed him, says, "Today salvation has come to your house." So by receiving Jesus, listening to him, Jesus will give us salvation. He will give us peace. He will give us happiness.